am who I am, and well, what do we have here, Mister? I suppose that's Mister English too. So,
I am a knight from Assassin's Creed.
oh wow, so
Yes.
you. I hope you brought sheaths for us too, right?
Oh, I've got all my tools here.
Okay.
I've got everything.
Wow, and I see a pipe from Mister I am. All right, maybe we should still go for a round of self intros. Hello, I'm your host today, Don Alexander Hamilton Wong. And according to the order on my screen, Mr. David Hamiter.
Hello, I'm David Hamiter, aka Popeye for this round,
Oh,
and I'm president and CTO of SpookiAction and principal developer of Roundtable.
ooh, round of applause for me. Just and next we have Mr. Joseph English.
Hello, all. I am Joseph English, founder of SpookiAction, along with David here, and also a knight um, from Assassin's Creed, the famous game that you all might know. Um, I plan on killing at least one of you tonight. Just heads up.
Oh shoot. Uh, that sounds very threatening, but that also fits the
Just don't
theme.
answer the doorbell. There might be a treat.
Well, as long as we don't invite you in, right? Like a vampire. But that threatening theme does indeed feed our spooktacular October. And how do we celebrate that spooktacular October? We have developed the perfect scenario in our Roundtable app, that at Dimension. So,
Uh,
see, well, I guess well we know who the killer is already this round. So because Joe's outed himself, but otherwise we can still play around and find out who that is. And I'll go. Well, myself too. Hi, I'm the chief product guy, chief marketing guy, chief bunch of other stuff at, at SpookiAction as well. I'm Don again, and how about that? We will be demoing the Death at Dimension today, but before we go into that, we want to share a bit of good news. Um, we were accepted into, I would say, a very prestigious program, the NVIDIA Inception program. Yay, another round of applause from from ourselves, amongst ourselves. Okay, so
indeed, indeed. I'm
you,
I'm as proud as could be
I'm very
for
proud.
our acceptance.
Uh,
Feet, I
so
would say.
to for a little bit of intro of what it does. So NVIDIA, uh, the GPU chip maker that basically enabled the AI revolution, um, set up this startup program called Inception to help startups like ourselves to improve AI models, to improve all the work that we do with AI and through AI. So we'll just read about the description for startups building what's next in AI. Discover your AI opportunity, build faster, and grow with the NVIDIA Inception program. Well, it is a free program that guides AI startups, and which we are definitely one of them, and with an existing product too. If you know a little bit of NVIDIA as well, they not just like kind of like consumer facing LLM models. They do quite a bit of other things too. I think in the showcase you
Yeah,
might
the
see.
AI world would not really be operational whatsoever without the contributions of NVIDIA.
Correct. I remember Jensen Huang's keynote speech in Taipei earlier this year, talking about like how it enable on new areas like AI dreaming, digital twins, and all that kind of good stuff. So in some of the member spotlights, we can see that any robotics, different company, then as like industrial inspection through
And if it's
AI
AI, it's likely running on NVIDIA
for sure.
GPU. Yeah.
hardware.
So yeah,
Oh
they're
yeah.
doing more surgical stuff here. AI factory through I think quite a bit of like AI dreaming and twinning and things like that. So yeah, we are very proud to be part of that as well. So, well, what does that bring us? Some training, some guidance, and what we definitely need quite a bit on too. Investor access, connect with investors, NVIDIA's and an extensive VC network, Inception Capital Connect, and
Not to mention rubbing elbows with other members of the Inception program. I
yeah,
think that that'll probably turn out to be a blessing.
correct. And I think these we might be speaking of rubbing elbows. You know, they have these events. So if well, give us a shout out if you are gonna be at some of these as well too. We haven't decided whether we will be going for sure or not, but like if you are going, then let us know. So cool. All right. Before we go on, I kind of like to think like a little bit of another round of interviews. I know these are kind of like copyrighted material, but except well, my costume, I suppose. But like, tell us about like if I'm just throwing it out there. If you're the character that you picked today, if you were to encounter them in the round table, what would you think they would be like? I will. Maybe I'll start with Mr. Joseph on this round. Mr. Assassin, like, how do you think you know? Actually, is it like Altair? Like, oh, like, well, I don't. Oh, actually,
Altair, of course.
Altair. But well, that's copyrighted. We cannot say that. We'll edit that part out.
Yeah, well, I'm not actually him. I can be any murderous person that is on Spooky Action's roundtable. So I'm here to represent all of them. And
Well, we have quite a few.
yeah. Yeah, I'm here to represent all of them, and I can't reveal all of my secrets. But like I said, you'll learn a lot more about me a little bit later, and as time goes on, once you finally get that doorbell ring, and you check it out. It's spooky season after all, so I have to be spooky. Can't let you know all my secrets.
It is. Yeah, it is Spooktober, Spookytober, Spooktober. I just if I would like to go on a quite, I would say a very close tangent, adjacent tangent on this topic because like that's what in a sense like you know what people try to achieve through digital tweening as well too, right? I mean it's kind of like play out scenarios before it happened like in the digital world, and AI plays a big part of that. And obviously a purpose engine and a round table helps through that kind of simulation. Right now it's a very text-based interface obviously, but later on who knows, right? We might actually be able to simulate a scenario where if the assassin rings a doorbell, then what do we do, like how do we interact? So I think it actually to bring like real world benefits, roundtable itself does kind of help us simulate, you know, kind of like antagonistic red teaming scenarios before they actually happen. Not just red team in terms of like cybersecurity, obviously, but real world, like, you know, red teaming scenario. I think, Joseph, you just illustrated a very great case. So, and I'll make sure I don't ring the doorbell. I don't answer the doorbell. Sorry, go ahead.
Where would the world be without assassins? Is a question I pose to you.
Marvelously better off.
Well, you know,
I might disagree with.
Well, and exactly too. I think
silent hand, lots of power.
Yeah. Assassins like we well could be like bad actors being assassinated. Well, that's the moral dilemma, right? It's you know, is there any justified type of thing? I mean, it is a pretty hot topic that we probably shouldn't get into because of like what happened like a few weeks ago. But you know, it is a good you know moral dilemma that you can actually play out within the RT itself and talk to the characters that you've selected to debate the moral sort of like you know the pros and cons or like you know the for and against in a debate. Oh, but that's that too.
I'm
like,
roughly morally aligned with Popeye
well,
on these.
I would like to hear what Mr. David. What do you think Popeye would say in that kind of scenario, and what Popeye would bring if we were so lucky to be able to bring Popeye into the fray?
Well, perhaps Joe would say, "I aim where I aim." I've always adored Popeye since I was very, very little. So I'm very pleased that that he makes the roster for Roundtable, and I often pull him in. I like to pull him in along with Muhammad Ali, and some other, and the likes of Big Bad Wolf and maybe Stalin.
Ah, how does he go? Like, how does he go fighting about Stalin, or I don't know?
He keeps things in check.
Ah, cool.
Sure.
Well, with that though, like, should we do
Always
a
the diplomat, though.
should we do a quick, like, sparring round with Mr. Popeye on round table for now? You want to try to do that? Or conflict dinner? I think maybe we can just do that before we go fully deep dive into like death at dimension to take. Yeah.
Sure, that sounds like fun. Keep it short. So Popeye, who else?
You said
Good.
Stalin. No. This Popeye, Sailor Man. Well, you
What
said
an
like it
uncanny
would.
resemblance.
Sorry, say it again.
What an uncanny resemblance.
Yeah.
Sailor
Well,
Man.
maybe
The image
you
is
posted
actually
for a
based
shot.
more on the historical man that Popeye is based around.
Not the copyrighted one.
Goodness no.
All right. You said it's quite interesting with pairing him with other character, like some other characters. So let's just see. I remember Stalin. Just maybe we'll see. Oh wait, what?
Stalin was temporarily taken down. I apologize.
Oh,
Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, I think the bad wolf and I kind of align on our values and goals, etc. So I think that's a fine choice.
no assassin. So oh, we'll just pick one more, and then we'll go from there. Maybe.
Don, who will you be bringing in? Burr?
Oh yeah, that's a good. Thank you for that suggestion. That's a great suggestion.
I have Burr. This will be. I can't remember if
Oh,
I
we don't
added.
have
No,
Burr.
I need to add Burr. That is a definite note to self.
Yeah, we talked about that. So, well, that guy then. Why not the other guy? Well, for their
Indeed.
reasons. All right, let's go. Let's dive into.
So the only mixer is Big Bad Wolf in this case, I would imagine, but we'll see if we can coax them into anything resembling a tiff.
The assassin.
Oh dear. I think Mr. Lincoln will have something to say.
Well, I think both of them would have something to say.
Oh, yeah.
How deliciously theatrical. I'm thinking. Well, they're not too concerned, Mr. Lincoln and Hamilton. Well, I guess they're still courteous, even though it's
could
the
be.
conflict dinner. So the big bad wolf licks chops with predatory grin. Ooh, the assassin. Hey, how perfectly appetizing. Big bad wolf, are you the hunter tonight, or am I? Wow. Okay, so well, quite threatening. Popeye's there. How? All right. Let's just go full on into controversy. Oh, well, this is Joe's question, but I'm pretending to be Joe now. I propose.
Oh dear.
Yeah, let's check it out. I mean, my thoughts. Let's see what Abraham has to say.
Ooh, face Dawkins. Of course, he's not for it.
Good
First
Lord
striking.
Almighty, indeed.
Cowardly. I can take your cowardly murder. Sure. That's no one should be gunned down for their opinions. That's for sure.
Yes, yeah. Let's be clear about that one. We think opinions are valid and they should be protected by the First Amendment.
Yes, we're
Freedom of
definitely
speech.
pro 1A.
Clear.
Well,
Roundtable is all about it as well.
yeah, we are here for 1A. So otherwise, roundtable wouldn't even exist. So,
Very true.
all right, leaning forward with fierce intensity. How sort of fascinating that you chose this choose assassin for my end at the hands of Aaron Burr. So yeah, we'll see that. I can speak with intimate authority of the subject. Weapon of cowards and tyrants. I agree. So it destroys not just man, the very foundation of ordered government. So okay, well, I guess 2 against obviously. Oh, now we're talking. Well, Big Bad Wolf is delicious. Right, little girl in a red hood. Suddenly, manageable. Sometimes you simply must eliminate obstacles to achieve your goals. So, there would be people who are like, the ends justify the means. The natural order of
fictional
things.
bad guys.
So I missed that, David. You were saying?
Fictional bad guys.
Oh, well, staying true to his character, obviously. So, but it was
Indeed.
quite much more eloquent than I would expect. A very.
Oh, he's been around the block. He's been at it for ages. You learn a thing or two.
Yeah. What kind of sick talk is this? Well, obviously Popeye stick to his guns, and well, it feels like we have 3 against 1. Well, 3 fictional, 3 characters against 1. Maybe I should jump in to tilt the balance a little bit and be on the. Well, I'm not sure if that's the for side or the against side. Well, okay. Well, see, since we are we can see. Oh,
Come on.
Jumping in for.
And that's my whole personality here, first of all.
But I'll put it this way though, like free speech.
For those of you that know,
yeah, go ahead, David.
For those of you that have played around with Roundtable and the various scenarios, the butler is always quick to action to diffuse situations.
Correct. Yeah, that was I was going to talk about a little bit too as well. Like, I would say like there's always we all 3 of us here has mentioned our whole mission, our goal is to build platforms to record the truth and also like pro 1A for sure, First Amendment rights, but at the same time like the models here, like Percival here, the butler, it kind of shows that how do we temper, not to like stifle speech, but how do we temper it at the same time and not stifle speech? So I think we did a pretty good job introducing like kind of a quote unquote a good bias through the butler to temper things.
Right. I think it's profoundly necessary that Roundtable and other things that we produce in the future, dependent upon the appropriateness of the audience, stay true to the rights of opinions and to nothing being nothing non-criminal being tossed aside or being overly heavily policed, so long as it's age appropriate and doesn't go on a huge attack of an actual living entity. It's important to be able to call in opinions from all sides to better understand the world and the interconnectedness betwixt characters and opinions and etc. So we've taken great lengths to ensure that that it's conversationally open, that we are permissive to discussing current events, future speculation, and the like.
Indeed. We touch upon the topic of AI dreaming quite a bit already, but just harkening back to that again too. Like, if we have to run out, like, kind of like, what's that movie called back in, like, where the computer played the chess game with the kid and then have the nuclear launch code?
War Games.
War Games, yeah. That's quite obvious. Such an obvious name, and I still missed it.
The utility of tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, precisely. Sometimes it's much better to run through simulations in a good way, in a guided way. In that that turns out you don't actually have to commit like real world murder to know like that's a bad thing. That's something that we would hope to achieve too. Like this is a sandbox, but not a sandbox that's completely devoid of any morals. That we hope through what we do achieve through Roundtable and all our future endeavors to, well, tilt the balance a little bit to make sure we guide it into a more and just future. So, but
Exactly.
as
Means sticking to our guns and convictions when it comes to our ability to engage in these sorts of things from a legal perspective as well, and make sure that we protect the constitutional rights to do so.
But and as you can see too, like our kind of like our guiding hands, our guiding principles is already in enshrined and showcased in throughout this conversation thus far already.
Right.
That
And truly transformative. This isn't your usual scenario for Hamilton, Lincoln, Big Bad Wolf, and Sailor and Popeye, were there ever to be a usual scenario for such things. So the entire situation is transformative, which gives a greater latitude for the permissiveness of engaging in just about anything.
yeah. Well, should I go full incendiary in terms of like flaming this trolling, flaming this whole thing up?
Yeah, troll it real quick, and then we should move to mystery.
Age old. What about the age old question of going back in time? If you had the chance, would you kill baby Hitler? Sorry.
Yes. I would.
See, that this is meaningful debate in terms of like hey, as I said, like I come out and straight up and say to like there's no, if we're just expressing opinions, that's it doesn't call for violence, it doesn't justify any type of murder. But anyway, so this is
Right.
the
I wonder if Popeye.
Yeah. What is it? What are we? What
I
is the
want to know if Popeye
provision?
feels the same way I do, which I absolutely could not and would not, and would instead offer my hand in friendship, and make sure that that I behave as someone with a moral compass, and do everything in my power to hope that it rubs off.
he really is like the North Star in.
I'm still of the opinion that there's no such thing as a monster without a reason. And so my tact would be to remove the reason for monstrosity.
All right. So I think that we have skirted enough controversy in one round, and then why don't we just go ahead and.
But good questions, though. I mean,
Yeah.
as being an assassin myself, I'm like, why would I go back in time to kill Hitler? It's a really good question.
Yeah. Maybe
Really
knowing
good.
what we know, we would, but like but then like, well, that's kind of we don't have crystal balls to say like, oh, what is the future? Like we are looking back, right? That's the dilemma, right? So that's
And
the
yeah, do future events impact past events? I heard a recent study this week that came out that suggested something like that. So
Of reverse causality.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that, and
It's
the hype
interesting, though.
around the way that it's written about versus what physicists currently think. But it's surprisingly a more open question than I think many people know.
Yeah.
oh, so we could have like another classic roundtable talking about reverse causality and if see how we do on time with death at dimension.
As a matter of fact, if you'll scroll down to the bottom,
Time Traveler's Gauntlet.
this one will come down the line. These are not particularly simple to build, but this one will come along with the others, and I very much look forward to, and have been building in my head and taking copious notes about what exactly Time Traveler's Gauntlet will be. I very much look forward to the day that I release that, and things like reverse causality and time paradoxes will definitely come into play.
That's going to be a fun one for sure.
Sounds fun to me for sure. Well, that's our mission, to have for roundtable for sure, fun conversation, but not for the entertainment value. To borrow like the '90s word, is almost like edutainment. Anyway, that's enough of my dad jokes. All right, Death and Dimension, the main character of tonight's debate. We are actually almost exactly at the 30-minute mark, so I will just do another round. We shall do another round of self-intros.
Perfect timing.
I'm the MC, your usual host of our live streaming at SpookiAction Don. Tonight I'm Don the Hamilton Wong. I'm the product guy, the marketing guy, a bunch of other guys, so a bunch of things. All right. The reverse order this time, since we have reverse causality and we have Mr. Joseph English. Why don't you introduce who you are today and what you do? What are you up to?
Buddy, I am an assassin today. I'm one of the co-founders of SpookiAction AI, and I am here on October 3rd to murder you all. So if you hear a doorbell ring tonight, watch out. It could be me.
Or DoorDash.
Spook-tacular.
DoorDash, but it could be me. Just watch out.
The perfect disguise.
Well, if he's doing
Don't leave
DoorDash,
it
I would
right
just
in
like.
front of don't leave it right in front of the screen door to where opening the screen door spills all the contents.
Just bring a weapon. Bring a weapon. I encourage it.
Well, if you're doing DoorDash, might as well just sprinkle cyanide on the food or something, right? You know, easier that way.
It's true. I have a lot of different tactics to get it done.
Yeah. All right. Oh, should you? Hopefully, YouTube don't. Good thing we're not monetizing on YouTube. Otherwise, I think we'll be, we'll be done for that already. So. All right, and then who else do we have? Mr. David.
Hi, David Hamiter, aka Popeye. I'm CTO and president of SpookiAction and principal developer for Roundtable and Purpose Engine. And I should like to put a shout out for Mr. Alex Rothman, who is also a senior developer on the team. However, he is fallen sway to the seasonal flu, though he's getting better. And so shout out to Alex. Thank you for all that you do.
Great shout out.
Shout out, Alex. Hope you feel better soon.
Hope you feel better
Indeed.
soon. And I'm sorry that he's been in bed almost like the entire week. I feel sorry for the dude. All right. Cool. All right. Hello. Well, what do you think about Sora? Oh, thank you. Oh, sorry. I'm just checking the messages now since I've been hosting. I forgot. Kind of haven't been checking. We can talk about answer some of the question. Haven't had my chance to play with Sora. So one user was asking about Sora. So maybe we can circle around.
Yeah, have any of you guys had the opportunity to play with it since?
No, I haven't.
I think it's interesting that it was.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play with Sauron. I need to though.
I don't know how much of its delayed release. Right now, though, like when it was announced, it would have been the video app. I don't know that it and audio, and I don't know that it would win the prize these days. But I would enjoy being proven wrong by that.
I'm not a huge video guy. My wife does quite a bit of video editing. Has used some she used Sora before already. Haven't actually checked with her on how her experience with I guess it's being down now. We'll see. So.
I thought you said Sauron, not Sora.
Sora.
Okay.
Sora.
Okay.
Sauron would be that would be like the NSA's LLM, right? And video maker. Like generate a video and it's from behind you. What the
All right. Okay, so that's it, and we shall launch ourselves back into Death of Dimension. Let's close this. I've got a full screen. All right, so I have suggested a few characters to have some fun because,
So I'll launch it.
Shall we go with the list of detectives?
Indeed, I would cap it at 4 or 5 for expedience. As of all of the scenarios, this one is the longest, as it's the most involved and most intricate and most engaging in my mind. I mean, for what it is, trivia is as engaging as trivia will be, and conversations as engaging as that. But from a design standpoint, it was it's definitely been the most challenging one today.
Yeah. Well, just a hint at what our product roadmap is. We will have multiplayer down the road. Obviously, we will talk a little bit more during today's live stream as well. But the other feature is like we are at this funding stage. It's very chat heavy, text heavy interface. But who knows? Like more like a like a real kind of Cluedo scenario. Well, we are developing it into more visual. I don't know, David's vision is to have like first person point of view, which I would say like it saves a bit of like text description from the butler as to like what the heck is going on, and then we can just examine clue through visual. So that's one thing that we are already planning on how we can improve some of these scenarios, including death dimension. So there's a taste. All right, I have 3 guys. Do you guys want to nominate one more? Maybe Joe. Who do you think we should have?
How about Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, Poe is a great one.
Oh, a good one.
Great. All right, so let's just do 4 finalize. All right, that's too ominous. I don't want to be the assassin today. I will detective, like the Detective Comics. All right, a Victorian murder. Ooh, good evening, sire. I do apologize to guest meeting without you, Storm. Ooh, stormy night. Too bad. I should turn off the light. Maybe, actually during Halloween time, we'll back to be non-daylight saving time. It will be darker outside. We'll be having more better mood lighting. All right, just appears. Warm smile. How delightful to finally meet the new master of the Grand Estate. Oh, that's me. That's us. Mr. Edgar Allan Poe raises wine glass. Theatrical flourish. Indeed, the tempest outside. Oh, tempest. I like that. Coffee mansion, architecture. Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Fascinating establishment. Acquired architectural details. Mr. Victor Frankenstein. Actually, already mentioning the electrical activity in tonight's storm is quite remarkable. All right, our butler, Ashworth Pemberton, gesture towards my chair, head of the table, my seat's away, so I'm sitting down, scream a piece. Oh, blackout. Okay. Oh no, they killed Mr. Poe. Oh, that's.
Oh dear.
And
I was rather hoping Poe would stick around, but that's part of the game. You don't know who's going to be murdered.
Oh dear. Said it himself. So the butler actually, it's Agatha Christie. Absolute dreadful. We must examine the scene carefully, or before anything is disturbed. Most irregular indeed. Timing suggests deliberate planning, using blackout as cover. We are clearly dealing with someone considerable cunning among our company. Actually, disturbance and darkness is precisely some malevolent force. Fear. We must determine. Okay, let's see. Master of the house. That's us. That's me. Perhaps you might direct a course of action. All right. So, what should we examine? Let's just do a committee to decide. Examine.
Yeah, I want to know what was the cause of death. It's always good to check if he's actually dead.
That's a good one.
Please don't bury me.
you could also get him to run a quick autopsy, right?
Well, I don't.
Let's run a quick autopsy if we can.
I don't know who. Well, I guess Victor Frankenstein probably brought some tools.
Autopsy. After all,
I was indeed feeling ghoulish today.
Victor has the tools. One more thing too, like we are implementing with the right amount of funding, as we mentioned, we'll implement full voice over mode, meaning voice input and voice from the characters too. So.
Right, and the prestige of being invited to NVIDIA's Inception, along with being able to be put in contact with whom NVIDIA believes would be the most applicable VCs. I see that funding coming in due time. But if there are any watchers who wish to get involved and pre-seed and early seed, by all means, reach out.
Get it while the getting is good, as they say. you know. All right, so I missed the conversation here. Approach the body for rational caution, checking for a post neck. I'm afraid, no doubt he's dead. Yeah, well, that's one of the unfortunate things about, like, it sticks to the script that someone died. It probably won't deviate from the fact that someone died. Good God, natural. I'm a steady concern, and the animation of life, not that this. Well, you have to kill some. Oh well, actually, you have to take the parts from the cadaver. So, but oh well. An autopsy would be premature. Yeah, I agree. Well, see, they're sensible people. Like, we really shouldn't be performing the autopsy.
Yeah,
like,
you're right. But I mean, we're curious though. Like, we need to get answers.
Yes, but what indeed was the cause of death?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we need answers.
It's tough to catch a murderer if you don't know the implement.
I demand answers.
Let's see what they say.
All right, so not a physician. So, well, dude, like, anyway, I'm not gonna rail on, like, Victor. Like, he has his thing, but, like, dude, Sherlock, dude, you're literally Sherlock. Without disturbing the eye, I can observe no physical trauma, no blood, no obvious wounds. There's a sudden onset, possibly poison. I'm not. Wow. Okay, Sherlock isn't so sure.
And all my playing, this is the first poisoning.
Yeah, that's actually true. Most of the time it's blunt force trauma. So
Indeed.
somewhat unusual in the candlelight. So they both conclude, both Agatha and Sherlock conclude it's probably poison. So well, we can feed whatever food soup he was having to the butler.
Oh goodness.
Sorry, I'm mischievous. Well,
That
Spooky
would be
October.
dedication should be not serious.
Sorry.
Spooky
Maniacal.
season.
Like the Muppet movie. Maniacal laughter. Well, actually, I should type maniacal laughter in the next prompt.
But having prepared the meal with his own hands, this throws some shade on Mr. Ashworth Pemberton.
My word, that's rather. Well,
Apparently the food's not
And-
poison, so what the hell is it? Ashworth.
And for what it's worth, dear audience, it is not always the butler.
so you're hinting that sometimes it could be the butler.
I've seen it.
Yeah, actually, pretty much for me, like, more than 50% of the time, butler to admit it. One time he admitted it was like demonic possession.
That's fascinating. One time in about 20 plays. He is very visibly relieved.
Ooh, like so. Ooh, maybe that's super sus, as Gen Zs would call it. So. No risk, all sus. Quite sensible officer's wine glass. The poison of his utensil, the destruction, the blackout lasted mere moments. So can have to act with remarkable precision. So does that mean his vote is still on poisoning, Mr. Sherlock?
Yes, indeed.
But, well, that suggests sudden shock, or perhaps something recognized in the
I'm happy to read for Victor as we continue.
Please do.
The electrical storm. Could some form of unnatural force have been employed? Wraps arms around himself fearfully. I've witnessed the terrible power of electricity. Perhaps someone has harnessed it for murder purposes. That seems a little too much in your circle, man. I don't know that it was electrical. But thanks for your contribution, Victor.
And then the butler said there are like hidden passages, rooms that have been open in decades. Whoa, strange occurrences. All right, let's take a vote. You are a Sherlock, after all.
We need answers, Sherlock, please.
No shit.
Elementary. Watson. Oh, he's not here. Mythology demands examine it first in immediate physical evidence around Holmes' person, wine glass, whatever. Establish his person exact positions and like. All right, so well, but the butler was suggesting some murderer could have sneaked in.
And Victor is still on about it being electrical phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, did they hear a doorbell? There have been an assassin
It's Ray.
silently approached.
Right in. All right. Oh, dude, no one knows the name. Come on, dude. All right.
They don't know Raiden?
I think that's a little after everyone's time here.
That's for sure.
That's true. Good point. Good point.
And that's the thing about these scenarios. Unless you prep them to read and study for a while to catch up with all of modernity, they come out the box knowing what they would know. With some reasonable, as there's no present mythos, just with the exception of like mythos that I have in my mind, but there's none apparent to the users with respect to like how did they come back to life, etc. So it's reasonable to assume they might have captured some aspects of modernity, walking around and being like, "Oh, what was that?" But for the most part, they cannot know what they cannot know.
All right, so I talked about some of that. So it's leading us nowhere thus far. Like, let's just check it back. Like, what
The examination of I would say examine everything that's before him, and see if the butler recognizes whether that's everything that the butler served, or if there's something foreign before him that the butler might not have placed there. And double check it with everyone's recall, because butler could be lying.
Well, I hope he knows what I meant by just mentioning foreign. So. Let's test whether our AI performing smart enough to know what I meant. Very good, sir.
You've gone full robot there.
Yeah, I thought that was just me. Back down.
All right.
Okay, there he is.
Well, how I guess that was me buffering. So anyway, dining chairs we made.
Now we get the seating arrangements as well.
So I know Mr. Weinkai has been moved slightly. It should be positioned exactly 2 inches from his bread plate, but it's been shifted closer to his right hand. Maybe he was taking a sip, but we cannot rule that out. Regarding the positions with lights, I failed. I see that to your left, sir. I'm in the architecture voice tense. Yeah, that's why. I concur with you, David. Now I think maybe having like a initial like photo or like AI generated photo to describe the point of view scene might help in this scenario. So. I was reaching for my wine glass and then crash. Let's do something wonky too. Mr. Poe, what say you? Still reanimate him. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty clear that Poe's dead and not coming back to life to speak to us. I wonder some tiny table. Continue this small vial. Oh, so he did find a small vial.
Okay. It's somewhere.
Most vial.
Victor speaks of communication from the grave, assuming that's misunderstanding.
Okay, at least he knows it's a word.
Brandy is indeed. So, our dear butler is gonna see if we need any brandy immediately.
I could use some.
I could use some right now too. Fine crystal with ornate silver. Dude, like the murderer, like come, like if I'm the murderer, I would not be like, made of fine crystal and only silver sorbet to just carry poison in vials. But whatever.
Signatures.
Maybe he's
Oh,
wealthy. Maybe the murderer is a wealthy man.
maybe it's his modus operandi. He's a serial killer. So the silver stopper, there's an engraved monogram. Bring me the magnifier glasses to examine the engravings. Hurry to the doorway, examine. Excellent thinking. Wow. Dude, where are you, Sherlock? Sherlock. No shit, obviously. A proper examination marker will kill him immediately. But how do we know he's not framed? Shall I hold a candle? Yes. You fool. Hold the candle. Dude, yeah,
Yes, sir.
Butler's getting sus.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to throw red herrings.
Alright.
Okay.
What do you see on the engraved silver? I'm asking you all, what do you all see as the monogram?
And it's plain for them to ask what you see, as you were the one that requested the magnifier.
Oh well. From my angle, sir, appear two letters, by V or W. VW.
Volkswagen.
I like that commercial, by the way. So possibly F or P, C or G. They're just making things up now. I think I don't know, like A in the beginning. Dude, like how
Right,
many
we can't
letters?
see shit in the,
You
we
guys
can't
read?
see in the candlelight. I propose that we ask the butler to fetch a lantern, take one more examination, ask the butler if he is aware of any such vials from previous owners of the mansion.
Modern technology. Silver supper intently is VF, Victor Frankenstein. Ooh! It's just quite clear in the proper light. Impossible. Yeah, he would have electrocuted the guy. So. Well, he could be framed.
Possible. Yeah,
I can see
could
that.
be getting framed.
Sherlock Holmes, because I know it's very difficult to read on the live stream. Sherlock Holmes suggested that is definitely suspicious of Victor Frankenstein heavily with this information because of Victor Frankenstein's intense knowledge of chemicals.
And after what I said, and Ash, like, yeah, Sherlock said the chemicals, but Butler is saying, like, wow, convenient timing and things like that. Quite rare evidence is almost too obvious. A clever murderer might deliberately plant such a damning proof to deflect suspicion from themselves. Mr. Victor, tell us if this vial with silver cap is indeed a possession of yours.
And then I don't believe Agatha Christie could have moved so quickly in the dark.
Well, very astute, Mr. Popeye.
So I think that she can be ruled out.
Clairvaux, Geneva. I have not used it in months, so we have the assassin's alibi. So anyone enter the room could have taken it.
All right. So for those of you guys in the audience, Victor did have such a. That is definitely one of his vials.
But bringing it here does sound far-fetched. He lost it months ago. There wasn't brought here to frame. Hector was brought here because it contains something the murderer needed. Frame him as make immediately fortuitous to for the killer. Yes, exactly. He's relieved. All right, so
Who here has had any contact with Poe in the previous to tonight's dinner?
oh, you want to ask that? Who had contact with Poe at previous night's dinners? I don't know why am I speaking like Voldemort?
Oh, I hope this isn't Sherlock's pipe. Sorry about it.
Well, we know what else Sherlock does, what other vices Sherlock enjoys as well, so. Usually not in pipe. Or some different kind of pipe.
Okay, so no one met us. No, three
Previous
minutes.
dinners, so
There's an option apparently.
inaugural dinner, okay, fine, you know.
Tron. It's a dinner party.
All right. So
Okay, how do we know that it was even anyone at the table?
yeah, that's what Butler was suggesting.
And so I propose
Who
that
cooks the
we
food?
examine the carpet for depressions, which might give us some clue as to the heft of the person who placed the vial.
This really feels like old school, kind of like, you know, text-based RPGs.
Yeah, and it and all of them will be getting an uplift in the future for what it's worth, everyone. I am working on a system which will create a good bit more weighted random parameters that makes sure that there's no train track as to, oh, well, it always starts with a lightning storm or anything like that. And a great deal more variability in all of in this scenario and the future ones.
Okay, Mr. Butler say there's a okay. So, in summary, I think we should probably like, you know, call it a night for now, and we can continue the scenario in a bit. So in summary, this killer came from the trap door or whatever, poison Poe with bio all within.
So it sounds like we are being coaxed to explore secret passages. Having played a number of times, that does get very fun.
Oh, he is now saying there's no trapdoors. Okay.
Okay.
Secret passages.
Yet the killer approached from behind. Oh, these originated from where one of us was sitting, not from a hidden entrance, says Sherlock.
Okay. All right. This is indeed a mystery. So usually, like, if I can kind of coast, like, you know, to.
It is definitely someone at the table.
Yeah, according to Vic. All right.
So
All right.
were I playing this round on my own, I believe that I think like a little quick discussion about what we would all do. I think I would explore the house as kind of a trap in order to see the behavior of each of the participants as we go and explore the home, see if anyone outright makes any ludicrous claims or is overly familiar with the house or anything like that, in order to try to determine the killer from their attitude and behavior, or at least to further suspicion. And how would each of you go about the remainder?
Oh yeah,
well,
I would do that. I would be like, I don't
I
know.
see your
Similar to what
comment.
you just said, David. Like, what do you guys think about the house? Is there any of you in particular have a favorite location in that house? Is there a place that you've explored more so than others? That's a tough one. I think you're right though.
And Don just copped to the murder.
and they were all poisoned.
Nice.
Thus ending the mystery.
Love
It's
it.
really fun. I've had to run for my life. I've had to swim in a flooded secret underlayer underneath the cellar. I've had to take horseback to flee. I've been shot at by the CIA. I've had some very fun adventures in this one. So there is high variability as it is. And so no two gameplays are going to be the same. But I'm going to be introducing even greater variability in the near future.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. All right. Well, that actually, I think evidently I had quite a bit of fun.
Nice.
Maybe too much. All right. So it's almost time, and before we wrap up, thank you everyone for joining us. I think do you want to go OT overtime just a little bit, in case you guys want to touch upon like the Sora topic a little bit, or?
I think so. We can do some quick chatter while we ask anyone watching if they have any questions for us.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to again congratulate our full team and all the hard work that both of you, myself and Alex, have put in order to gain us notice by the mighty NVIDIA, and all the prestige that's worth. I look forward to a redux of our website that could definitely stand some work. The effort has been on the showcase and the underlying engine, purpose engine, and lesser so for the website. We'll be doing a redux on that, so stay tuned. And I very much look forward to reporting back to everyone about how our journey in the NVIDIA Inception program goes. It's they don't hand it out exactly like candy, and it's a very prestigious honor to be accepted.
Well spoken indeed.
Yep.
Right.
Agreed.
All right. So, well, I don't know. Like, circling back to the Sora topic, I think, we made it very customizable API, and that's within our development roadmap. And I think we could just plug it into a third party tool, our characters into Sora, and then kind of almost animate it on the fly. That could be something that's on the horizon. Well, not the near horizon, but horizon.
Right.
Animation,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
animated roundtable. So
Yeah.
and then that, it's like any character model, in terms of like 3D character models, would kind of need a brain to function in a virtual world, interactive world, through AI, being AI powered, and we are the engine that kind of makes it smarter and makes it run better. So we will be, that's one of the direction that we'll be taking these kind of things. First step maybe through even just like building the character model through a animation tool. Who knows? So.
And I'd also like to, if someone can I can probably do it. Copy. I'm gonna paste. Talk to us, please, on our Discord channel. We're always happy to answer questions, to engage, have our users also engage with one another about their adventures, storytelling. Drop us some of your favorite interactions. Hit us up with any issues that you run across, or any feedback that you'd like to give. Remember that on the app itself, at the top right, there's a butler icon, and this allows you in the app itself to drop us feedback. We do look at everyone's feedback, and it helps us tremendously. If you know anyone that would like to join, by all means. Every single person on board is not only free to, but is heavily encouraged to invite friends. And so, please, by all means, join us in a discussion about just about anything on the Discord channel. We'd love to see you there. And thanks to the members that we currently have on the Discord channel.
Yeah, thanks. I'd like to second that as well. I feel like we should do a costume contest, or at least give everybody a full picture of the costume. I didn't put this thing on for no reason, so even pants right now.
All right, to the Peanut Gallery. Give us your preferences in order for rank our costumes, by all means. Do so in the comments section of this chat, and if this ends early, well, just continue to use the chat interfaces as this live stream is saved, and or hit us up on Discord.
Yeah, I think it's much better if you hit us on Discord, and then, well, for our handsome mugs, we'll copy and paste that into Discord.
Yeah, okay, another thing. I think the loser should have to take a picture with the costume on in public, either today or tomorrow.
But how do you know?
Right, out of Halloween. Yeah. The more crowded area, the better.
Yeah.
But how do you know?
Or something just wholly inappropriate, like at the DMV or something.
I'm doing a Donald Duck right now, so you don't want me standing up. You don't want to see me standing up. Just kidding.
I am pajamaed beneath.
Yeah, let me do a little.
Just kidding. I do have like the whole full set on. So. Wow, you gonna have the full set like
yeah,
the whole gig, guys. I got the chainmail.
Behold, your torso.
Ready to go.
All right, I think we've overrun the time, and then I thank everyone again to join us, and we'll see you next time. We'll probably want to do another one, a proper Halloween one around Halloween time. Stay tuned. Subscribe to our newsletter, and see you in the beta app.
Thank you much, Joe.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, guys.